Okay, should we begin? It's already 5 to 7 minutes up on the time. What do you think? Shall we begin? Or do we need to wait for other people?
Yes, no. Please kindly proceed. Welcome, Dr. Sangeeta Srivastava, Honorable Vice Chancellor from Allahabad University. I am Dr. Ashwani Kumar Dubey. Dr. Pragya Khanna, kindly start this program.
Thank you, sir. Professor Sangeeta Srivastava, Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Allahabad, Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh, India, the worthy chief guest of today's program, Mr. Harveer Singh, Honorable District Judge, Mahoba, Uttar Pradesh, Mr. Ehtesham Hashmi, Advocate, the Honorable Supreme Court of India and Member, Supreme Court Bar Association of India, are special guests. Dr. Rajat Sharma, Chairman, Unity of Nations Action for Climate Change Council, Gujarat, our special invitee. Dr. Sameer Joshi, Treasurer, Governing Council of Indian Plastics Institute, Mumbai, Maharashtra, and Mr. Imran Ahmed, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Lalitpur, Uttar Pradesh, are esteemed resource persons for the event. Dr. Muhammad Ashfaq Siddiqui, Associate Professor, Infinity Management and Engineering College, Sagar. Dr. Ashwini Kumar Dubey, Executive Director, Environment and Social Welfare Society, Khajuraho, my co-host for the event, academicians, researchers, scientists, and officers from different premier institutions, universities, and research labs. Other distinguished invitees, delegates, teaching fraternity, students, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. I deem it a great honor and privilege to extend you all a most heartiest welcome to this program on World Day for International Justice 2021, jointly organized by the Environment and Social Welfare Society, Khajuraho, India, and Government Degree College, Chennai, District Udhampur, J&K. Before we begin, I would like to introduce the host organization. Environment and Social Welfare Society, Khajuraho, India, is dedicated to environment, education, arts, sciences, and technology throughout India since bi-millennium. It is accredited by Niti Aayog, Government of India. Now, it is worldwide known for its impact. ESW Society has been developing relationships between environment and society with the visions of the promotion of education in sciences amongst the university, colleges, and school students, as well as in the Society for Human Welfare. It has MOUs with many reputed international and national institutes. It has been publishing International Journal of Global Science Research since 2014. ESW also organizes international and national seminars, symposia, workshops, webinars for ecosystem management from time to time, and organizes Indian classical dance and music festivals at Khajuraho to conserve and promote our Indian classical dance and music. On the other hand, Government Degree College Chennai is a recently established but an illustrious, prestigious and prosperous institution of the UT of J&K, and I feel extremely happy and fortunate to be a part of it. In order to accomplish our vision and mission, we are prepared to take as much effort as possible for the betterment of the academic scenario in J&K. I firmly believe that GDC Chennai is more than just a place to learn. It gives you a chance to grow by equipping yourself with everything you need to achieve excellence. Being an innovative institution, drawing on the talents and skill of the staff, students, and the general community to provide a host of educational programs and projects, this college is moving ahead at a constant pace to provide quality education to its students to achieve excellence. Wholesome participation is encouraged in the extensive range of extracurricular activities on offer, and care is also taken to ensure the well-being and happiness of each and every student on the campus. At GDC Chennai, we ensure our students get the best start to their career to become smart and careful citizens of our glorious country. As is widely known, the World Day for International Justice is observed on 17th July to recognize the strengthening system of international justice. The day marks the importance of bringing justice for the victims of war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide. The day unites all those who wish to support justice, promote the rights of the victims, help in preventing crime that threatens the peace, security, and well being of the world. I now request Dr. Ashwini Kumar Dubey, the Executive Director of ESW Society Khajuraho, my co-host for the event, to present his address on the theme of the program. Dr. Ashwini Dubey.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pragya Khanna. Today, we are going to celebrate World Day for International Justice. Our chief guest, Professor Sangeeta Srivastav, Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Allahabad, Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. Special guest, Mr. Harveer Singh, Honorable District Judge, District Mahova. Special guest, Ehte Shram Hashmi, Advocate, Supreme Court of India. Special invitee, Dr. Rajat Sharma from Maharashtra. Resource person, Dr. Samir Joshi, Honorable Treasurer. Resource person, Mr. Imran Ahmad, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Lalitpur, Uttar Pradesh. And my dear listener who are connected with online platform and on YouTube channel. As we know that World Day for International Justice, also referred to as Day of International Criminal Justice or International Justice Day, is an international day celebrated throughout the world on July 17th as part of an effort to recognize the emerging system of international criminal justice. The World Day for International Justice is celebrated to the holistic adoption of the Rome Statutes and establishment of the new system of international criminal justice in the year 1998. The establishment of International Criminal Court is viewed as holistic movement for peace and the rule of law. Keeping these views in our mind, Environment and Social Welfare Society Khajuraho, India and Government Degree College, Chennai, District Udhampur, Jammu and Kashmir jointly organizes World Day for International Justice. Today, I would like to inform you, all respected listeners, that ESW Society Khajuraho MOU with Unity of Nation Action for Climate Change Council Gujarat to work on sustainable development goals of United Nations. Present aim is to connected 1 million SDG volunteer in our India. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now take the opportunity to introduce our worthy chief guest, Professor Sangeeta Srivastav, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Allahabad, Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. Having a vast teaching and administrative experience of 31 years, she has held several important portfolios, including the chair of the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajendra Singh University, Prayagraj. She has a number of research publications and books to her credit and has been a supervisor to several PhD students besides handling important funded research projects. I now invite Professor Sangeeta Srivastav, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, for her address. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much for inviting me. At the very behest, as I begin this talk about today's program, I would like to thank Dr. Ashwini Kumar Dubey, Executive Director, Environment and Social Welfare Society, Khajuraho, MP. And I also extend my word of congratulations for holding this webinar on the World International Day for Justice. The two Environment and Social Welfare Society, Khajuraho, and Dr. Pragya Khanna, Principal Government College, Udhampur, J&K. I extend a hearty namaskar to all of you, and also all the invited resource persons and all the viewers who are viewing this program on YouTube. Justice, as we all know, encompasses all aspects of our day-to-day life. We are all judging all through the day. Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Through the day. Based on justice to both genders, we can create a more enlightened and a more dignified society through education. As we are reeling through the pandemic, we are already witnessing the catastrophic consequences of overpopulation. And all of us have heard the word exponential growth. Exponential growth happens only in places where the population is very dense. So the population has gone beyond our control. And if women are educated, then it will have an impact on the population as well. Robert Malthus and consorts insist on the importance of women's education. And among other things, it is linked to women's voices in public affairs as well as family and social life. A more educated society with social enlightenment, public discussion, and widespread women's education would also have an impact on many other aspects of capacity building in the people, in the society and community. Then we come to the idea of capability. What is capability? From the means of livelihood to actual opportunity. What is the means of livelihood and what is actual opportunity? Income and wealth are often taken to be the best parameters to judge anybody's happiness index. But is income and wealth the main criteria for human success? Or income and wealth only forms a certain area of the success of any individual, but at the end of income and livelihood, the end lies in finding satisfaction and happiness. So if there is no satisfaction and happiness, then wealth and income are also not very meaningful, like in the case of disabled people. Disproportionate distribution of family income is a major issue amongst children of both sexes in a family. If there are two wage earners in the family and there are children of both the sexes, then especially in Asia and Africa, there is a systematic preference for boys over girls in the family allocation of resources. The resources are not equally distributed among boys and girls. And which actually leads to deprivation. The deprivation of girls is
What happened?
I think some
I
network
guess,
from
yeah,
her
she's
side.
been disconnected.
No, she's connected.
Okay.
Ma'am, please unmute yourself. Ma'am, please unmute yourself.
now, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
So, because of this unequal distribution of family income among children of both sexes in the house, the deprivation of girls is more readily happening. And more reliably, it is assessed by looking at capability deprivation. Capability deprivation is directly related to mortality, morbidity, undernourishment, or medical neglect. These are the underlying cofactors of the difference that parents make between boys and girls. The gender bias is often more implicitly made in even Western countries. For one, Italy is known for its unrecognized labor by women in the most unglamorous family work and its implications for the personal freedom women would have. And it is also has a bearing on Europe and North America. There are also many cases where considerable gender bias, which is a little hidden, is done where they have to send girls for advanced education, or even when women have to be selected on top most positions on any institutions or any industry, there is a bias. Also, on the capability approach, the lack of capability among women is due to undernourishment and malnutrition and also mortality, and maybe many times because of maternal malnutrition. We are supposed to create a just society, and justice we expect only from somebody who is sitting in the chair of a judge. But if we see we are all judges and all the time we are making some judgments for somebody or the other. So if we have to make a just society, we have to put ourselves in the shoes of another person. We have to put ourselves in the shoes of a person who is doing our sweeping, somebody who is doing our cooking. Are we giving them just wages? We must ask these questions. Do we give them a half day leave or a full day leave on a Sunday? Those people who are doing, who are working for us, the drivers, the chefs, the other workers who are working for us, we are unjust in our own terms. So society has to be a just society. If there is an unshared burden of disability, that also has to be shared, because that also creates an unequal system. The capability matrix needs to be worked out too. So with justice also, on the other hand, on the side of the coin comes capability. So we have to provide decent wages for decent physical work, which we do not even pay to people in India today. We have to come to that. India still has to arrive. This can make better discrimination against the disabled and has a more democratic import. It is better suited to guide the just delivery of public service, especially health and education. There is a Nobel laureate, all of you might have heard about her. Her name is Martha Nussbaum. And her approach is the capability approach. And she talks about capability and she talks about happiness. She talks about a life well lived. So it is not money which leads to a life well lived. There are various other jobs where we need to have some gratification, some satisfaction, where we can call it was a life well lived. So, what are her justifications for a life well lived? Are freedom, happiness, capability, and those are, she must, any woman who has, she must have time to play, she must have time to socialize, she must have time to cook, she must have time to meet people, to laugh, to get a treatment if she's sick, and to be happy at the end, to be happy. Another aspect of justice is equality and liberty, that no one person should have any more right or liberty than anyone else. Everybody should have equal rights. Everyone's rights have to be protected. And because we have to protect other person's rights, we have certain duties towards other persons. Like the English adage that goes very commonly, as I say, that your freedom will end where my nose would begin. So you have to think in terms of my freedom also. If equality is important, then capability is a central feature in human life. If we are not capable, then we cannot claim equality because we are unequal in terms of capability. Also, another aspect of equality and liberty is that on the fringe side, how much punishment should be given for what kind of an offense to anybody? If anybody is able to decipher that or decide that, then of course we can say that justice is done to a certain extent. With this, I think my time is up. A bell has just rung, which indicates that my time is up. So I would not take much time. And I wish you all the best for today's program. And good luck to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Mahato, for speaking on such a pertinent issue of gender equality. And I firmly believe that gender equality is not a woman's issue, it's a human issue and it affects us all. Thanks a lot, ma'am, for your wise words. I now invite over Mr. Harveer Singh, the Honorable District Judge, District Mahoba, Uttar Pradesh. A brief introduction about him before I invite him over. Mr. Harveer Singh joined UP Higher Judicial Service in December 2008 and was first time posted in the capacity of Additional District and Sessions Judge, Agra. Prior to the joining of Higher Judicial Service, he was practicing as an advocate in Delhi, particularly for CAT, Honorable High Court and Supreme Court. Apart from being a private counsel, Mr. Singh was a government counsel as well for Government of NCT of Delhi and Delhi Police, and he also served as an additional standing counsel for Union of India and was a panel advocate for Container Corporation of India, Punjab National Bank and Municipal Council for New Delhi Municipal Council NDMC. In addition to the above, he has been a consultant to National Human Rights Commission, New Delhi. Academically, he has passed BSc Honours in Physics, later Masters in Physics, MA in Educational Planning and Administration, LLB in Human Resource Management, and finally he did his MPhil from Jawaharlal Nehru University, Delhi. I extend my heartiest invitation to Mr. Harveer Singh for his address. Is he with us?
Due to time issue with Professor Sangeeta Srivastav, it is my great pleasure to honor our Vice Chancellor, Professor Sangeeta Srivastav, SW Society awarded by Lifetime Achievement Award for outstanding contribution in the field of home science. to Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Sangeeta Srivastava. Congratulations from ESW Society members and from Chinani College and from all our listeners.
Heartiest congratulations, madam.
Thank you. Thank you very
Due
much.
to the
Thank you,
pandemic
ma'am.
time, we are unable to approach you. So I will send you your award to Professor Neetu Misra, and she will hand over to you on your chamber. Thank you very much, and congratulations once again to
Thank you.
Professor Sangeeta Srivastava. And I will be happy if you share some of your thoughts regarding this Lifetime Achievement Award by ESW Society. Please, Professor Sangeeta Srivastava.
Thank you very much for extending an award. It was quite a surprise for me to get an award. Actually, I think I still need to do a lot of work, and the lifetime is yet not over. I still have to do a lot, go a long way. There is a poetry which was Jawaharlal Nehru's favorite poetry written by Robert Frost. And the poetry would go like this: the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and go miles before I
Before I
sleep.
sleep.
And go miles before I sleep. Thank you very much.
That's wonderful, ma'am. We wish your spirits go higher and higher with each passing day. But 31 years is pretty good lifetime, and this award is very well deserved by you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for giving me that award. I'm pleased to have that award from you, and I shall cherish it.
Thank
And
you
I
so
shall
very
keep
much.
it in my chamber always. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. So, is Mr. Harveer Singh with us, sir?
Kindly search by name Gyanendra Singh. Sir,
In case he hasn't joined us, we can call our another special guest for the day.
due to the internet connection problem,
So, your voice quality is not clear.
yeah, of course. So kindly invite next speaker as soon as.
I guess Mr. Harveer Singh is not there, so I would invite Mr. Ehtesham Hashmi.
Just a minute. Connected. Gyanendra
Would that
Singh.
be fine?
Yes, yes. Just a minute.
जो इसी चला दे चक्कर आ रहे हैं मम्मा आपको ये आवाज आई any sound? Could you hear me?
You are very well audible, sir.
I'm audible now.
Yes,
You
sir.
are, sir.
Please
Okay,
continue.
thank you very much. Sorry, my apology that I'm late and because of some internet
No,
problem.
no, no, not at all, sir. I've already introduced you about your high accolades that you've achieved all your lifetime. Your introduction has already been in place.
Yeah, I could hear that.
I extend you an invitation for your address, sir, if you're
Thank you
ready.
very much. I'll have two words with all audience. See, today I'm audible.
You are, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So somebody else is also there online. Somebody else is also there online.
सर आप बात करें सर, दिख रहे हैं आप कनेक्टेड हैं, आपकी वॉइस आ रही है, प्लीज।
Yeah, just please give me a few minutes. I'm there on the line.
Sure, sir.
Yeah,
Please take
please,
your time,
please,
sir. Please take your
please.
time.
Yeah, few others are
सर आप दिख रहे हैं, आप अपना स्पीच आरंभ कर दीजिए।
now.
तो ठीक है सर, आपकी लोकेशन सही है।
Somebody else is there. Naam Harveer Singh district judge. Please, I'm online. Harveer Singh district judge.
कोई दिक्कत नहीं सर, वो लोग सब लोग कनेक्ट होंगे इसलिए।
Please, I'm Harveer Singh district judge. Harveer Singh district judge. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
How I'm audible?
You are, sir.
Okay. Thank you. You see, we are discussing a topic, of course, related to justice. Yeah, I'm Harveer Singh. Yeah, please. Now I'm connected. Please.
Your voice quality has deteriorated suddenly. I know what happened.
There is some maybe, but if you can hear me, please. I would say few words. On what justice is. I would like to elaborate something on justice as to what justice is, what it should be, and what people expect from the judiciary or the persons with law and justice. Ah. Now you see, for any redressal, for any problem, if we have a grievance, if we are feeling agreed by any application of law or misapplication of law or denial of justice, so we have so many aspects. Say, for example, if somebody is agreed by something, his rights are not fulfilled or he has certain vested rights. But so there are always two parties. One seeks justice, another also seeks justice. How to balance them is very important aspect. One party this side, another party that side, both are seeking justice. How to balance it is a very important aspect for the entire law-abiding persons or the persons associated with judiciary or associated with application of law. Therefore, now say somebody is a complainant.
सर आपकी आवाज आ रही है, आप बोलते रहें सर, आपकी आवाज आ रही है, हम लोग सुन रहे हैं। So, Ritu madam, क्या मैडम को अनम्यूट करिए. So,
Hello.
yes, please kindly call next speaker if voice is
Okay.
not internet.
So I guess Mr. Harveer Singh, due to certain technical issues, is not able to get connected. Meanwhile, we shall be invited our next special guest, Mr. Ehtisham Hashmi. I would like to introduce Mr. Ehtisham Hashmi a bit. He is a practicing advocate in Honorable Supreme Court of India since 2006, has been enrolled in the Bar Council of Madhya Pradesh and has more than 15 years of experience at the bar. Having dealt with a number of cases before the Honorable Supreme Court and other high courts across India, he has been associated with famous cases like 2G Spectrum scam. His practice areas include criminal, arbitration, banking, trademark and copyright, check dishonor matters, commercial litigations, company corporation registration matters, constitutional matters, etc. I extend him a cordial invitation to speak. Mr. Ehtisham Hashmi.
Thank you so much. It's a glorious moment to extend my warm wishes to all the beautiful dignitaries in this panel. I want to convey my heartfelt gratitude, Honorable Professor Sangeeta Srivastava Madam, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Allahabad University, and our Honorable Special Guest, Shri Harbeen Singh Ji, Honorable District Judge, Mohoba, Uttar Pradesh. And further, I would like to express my gratitude towards Dr. Rajat Sharma Ji, Shri Samir Joshi Ji, and Janab Imran Ahmed Saab, Honorable Deputy Superintendent Police Lalitpur, and respected Professor Dr. Ashfaq Siddiqui Sahab, Means Management Guru. First of all, I would like to thanks to Ashwini sir, who had given me the opportunity to express my views before this beautiful forum on the topic of international recognition. As ma'am had just informed you all about my professional experience as a lawyer, I would like to express my views on international criminal justice system. As you all know that our society governed by set of norms, procedures, and rules. And these rules and procedures has also to be followed by international forums and various countries. International criminal law is a body of public international law designed to prohibit certain categories of conduct commonly viewed as serious atrocities. The core crimes under international law are genocide, war crimes, and aggression. I would like to cite one recent example of very grave international law topic, that is Citizenship Amendment Act. I would like to cite the example of Citizenship Amendment Act because it's the recent burning topic on which our Supreme Court has already taken cognizance, and in few couple of months, we are waiting to see the judgment passed by Honorable Supreme Court of India. I would like to express my views as a lawyer on this topic. Like, if any country wants to frame any rules, regulation, laws, or pass any act, it has to be in consonance with international justice system, international criminal law, and in accordance with Constitution of India, preamble to the Constitution of India, and Article 21. In recent times, we have seen lots of international human rights law violation by various countries like Afghanistan, Iran, and Pakistan. And recently, we have seen that an Indian journalist, renowned Indian journalist, has been killed by some international terrorists. So I would like to as make one representation through this forum to Honorable Government of India that we must launch our protest before International Court of Justice, and we must demand justice for the journalist who lost his life abroad. Other major issues which we are facing these days, then these issues are related to international law as well, like refugee problem. Our country, India, is facing this problem since last couple of decades. But because of some international pressure and international law, we are not able to frame proper guidelines. And because of no proper guidelines, we are facing acute problem by Rohingyas, Bangladeshis, and Pakistani nationals. As we all know that whole world is facing the issue of terrorism. And we all know that our neighbor country like Pakistan and his friends are trying to cause grave injury to the democratic system of our country. It's India. So I would like to inform to all of you that we must raise our voice and we must ask Government of India to raise this issue of terrorism before international forum. These are my few points for discussion and for further research on international humanitarian law. Now, as a lawyer of Honorable Supreme Court of India, I would like to express my views on Indian judicial system as well with respect to Constitution of India and with respect to our criminal justice system. As we all know that our country laws, rules and regulations governed by Constitution of India. And one of the most important and dashing part of our Constitution of India is its preamble. And we as an Indian, we must learn by heart with meaning the preamble to the Constitution of India. It says, we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic, and to secure all its citizens justice, social, economical, political, and liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. What is justice? Justice is nowhere clearly defined in any of the statute, even a Constitution of India and criminal law does not define justice. But if we look into the various books of authors like Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau and Plato, then we can summarize that the equal distribution of all the resources, whether it is political resources, social resources, and economical resources, called justice. And for dispersing the justice, we must require a solid setup of international criminal courts and courts at our domestic level. As we all know that because of high pendency of cases, our Indian judiciary is also struggling and facing the lack of infrastructure facility. And through this forum, I would like to inform all of you that our government and Ministry of Law and Justice working very hard with utmost sincerity and honesty to improve the infrastructure system and our judicial system. I, as a lawyer, must congratulate our Government of India and Ministry of Law and Justice for introducing one of the most beautiful and effective judicial system in this pandemic or COVID era. Like we have seen the introduction of hearing through video conferencing and through various virtual platforms. I feel honored that I'm part of Indian judicial system and I'm trying to practice my law as well in Supreme Court of India. It's a great opportunity for me that our Constitution has given me this right that I can practice in Supreme Court of India as one of the most premium and amazing institute in this world. And I must say that Government of India and our Ministry of Law and Justice are trying very hard to make justice delivery system more effective and more sound. Without taking much time of all the dignitaries in this forum, I must say my thanks to Ashwini sir and Professor Sangeeta Srivastava madam, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Allahabad University, and Honorable Special Guest Shri Harveer Singh ji, Honorable District Judge Mohoba, and Dr. Rajat Sharma ji, Shri Sameer Joshi ji, and Janab Imran Ahmed Saab, Honorable Deputy Superintendent Police, Lalitpur, and my respected Dr. Ashfaq Siddiqui. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thanks a lot, sir, for enlightening us on international law, Citizenship Amendment Act, Indian judicial system with respect to criminal justice. This was really pertinent to the theme of today's webinar. I extend my gratitude to you. I now invite over Dr. Rajat Sharma, the Chairman, Unity of Nations Action for Climate Change Council, Gujarat, a leading entrepreneur who is very actively associated with world leading 60 plus social and political organizations that are concerned to sustainable development goal, a good humanitarian and global ambassador for all the international organizations all over the world, has visited over 40 plus countries, having a vast 35 years of experience working with world leading distinguished personalities, having 11.5 million networking connecting followers, including from people from 185 countries like intellectuals, educationists, bureaucrats, parliamentarians, researchers, scientists, etc. He is an award-winning executive professional with progressive experience, highly developed and proven creative, operational, and result-driven skills in public service management, business development, and project management environments. Having a strong eye for identifying problems, resolving crisis situations with viable solutions. He is a versatile personality. I invite him over for his wise words. Dr. Rajat Sharma.
Thank you very much. My greetings to all the organizers of this World Day of International Justice. I'm very happy to join this program, and thank you to Pragya ji. Thank you very much, Dr. Ashwani Kumar ji, to invite me in this great energetic program. But today, because of my urgent call from my mother, she was not very well and admitted in hospital.
I think he got disconnected.
Hello.
Hanji, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Due to my mother, some problem, I am going back to Baroda. I am at airport now. So
Okay.
I'm very sorry. I'm not involving more. So I wish you all the best. Everything is very nice. So thank you. Thank you, Pragya ji.
Understandable, sir.
Thank you.
Understandable. Okay, sir. Wish her good health, sir. We
Thank
wish
you.
her a good health. May
Yeah.
she recover very soon. Do not worry at all. So that's quite unfortunate. May his mother recover very soon with good health. We pray for her speedy recovery. With this, we move over onto our first resource person of the day, Mr. Sameer Joshi, who holds a degree in polymer engineering along with holding a degree on waste management. He has been working in plastics waste management and has been supporting young entrepreneurs who are dedicated to reduce plastic pollution. He is fellow of Indian Plastics Institute and of Indian Institute of Valuers, member Institution of Engineers India, and senior member Society of Plastic Engineers US. He holds expertise in circular economy, recycling, EPR in plastics, and has his own plastic injection molding unit in Pune. Mr. Sameer Joshi is an approved valuer for plant machinery and Honorable Treasurer, Governing Council of Indian Plastics Institute, and Head of Plastics Committee Material Recycling Association of India. Along with all these multiple feats, he also holds a Guinness World Book record for the world's largest T-shirt from plastic waste, which was manufactured in 2018. He is a member and associated with a lot of associations. If I kind of make a list, start reading them, it would take a pretty long time, but still I would like to mention a few very significant ones. He is member advisory committee CIPET, Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals, Government of India, member CSR committee, Association India, member Industry Academia Committee, MIT University, signatory to Global Commitment to End Plastic Waste, member Global Partnership, etc., 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 etc. There's the never-ending list of all his accomplishments, and I invite you over, sir, for your wonderful talk, which we are eagerly waiting for.
Namaskar, everybody. Thank you for having me. And with that kind of introduction, I think even my wife will not recognize me.
No, sir. It's all there in your accomplishments. And we are so very proud of your achievements, sir.
Thank you. May I request the presentation to be displayed? I had sent it by email.
Yes, sir. We are sharing it.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Neetu. Can you put in?
Please proceed.
On this day of a wonderful day, I come with an agenda that is a little different. The environment and justice. How do we go from here? Next, please.
Next slide.
Tipping Point, that is the cover story of the first issue of Jan 2020 of the magazine called Geographical, which is a very old publication dating back to 1935, says that the garbage crisis will be a global challenge for all of us and will stay with us for this decade. And it is time for all of us to act. How we have seen the growth of a pandemic. The pandemic, which has begun with a small virus, 1/10,000 the size of a full stop. It has put a pause to our life, our vision, our mission, all was going through well. But perhaps, that virus is also because of our bad habits, our habits of disturbing the environment. Next, please.
Next क्यों नहीं हो रही है? नहीं, change नहीं हो रहा.
Some wise people have said, to live the world better than you found it, sometimes you have to pick up other people's trash. How true it is. An American citizen in his lifetime generates 102 tons of garbage. The garbage is going to be a global phenomenon that is going to haunt us for times to be. And we should look at this waste not as waste, but try and reduce our consumption and our acts so that we do not put a burden on our resources. Next, please. Every year, India produces 9.25 million tons of plastic waste. That is almost equivalent to 771 times the Taj Mahal and 600 times by weight the Qutub Minar. It is time to ponder and reflect on how much waste is created by the use of plastic, which is littered by our country fellow citizens. Next, please.
हाँ, ये धागा ना सुई में ऐसे राउंड हो गया था.
Cleanliness
सुई टूट जाती.
See how one citizen littering, the second citizen littering, the third citizen littering, and everyone is saying, don't be the first person to litter, how bad it is. It all begins with you and me. Next, please. We talk of a new normal in this times of pandemic. On one side, we have the consumer-driven factors. On another side, our laws and our regulations, which bring a balance on health and hygiene. And we talk about a sustainability effort in all our resources, health and hygiene, packaging. This is on topmost priority at the moment, what we are going through. We have the artificial intelligence and smart packaging that is coming in. We have to be responsible consumers in not littering the packaging that we create after the use of the product. We have to find the waste solutions, the recycling solutions. We have to have a conscious note of our ecological footprint and how we act and behave with our water and our air pollution. Next, please. This is the gamut of solid waste: municipal solid waste, the electronic waste, hazardous waste, the construction and demolition waste, the plastic waste, the biomedical waste, the industrial waste. Laws have been formulated by the government of India way back, and they were modified in 2016. And one has to strike a balance with the waste and the resources and the residues and their emissions. It is like creating wealth from waste. We should not look at waste as a waste, but as a resource to recycle and find opportunities. The waste warriors, as we call them during the pandemic, they have kept our cities and our towns clean, and they have contributed us towards our safety and our hygiene. Next, please. This is a wonderful product from waste. A robo, a humanoid inspired by the Digital India mission. A computer science teacher, Dinesh Patel, in the Mumbai Kendriya Vidyalaya of IIT Bombay, developed a Indian robot, Shalu. It is made from 100% waste material, utilizing discarded plastic, cardboard, wood, and aluminum parts. The robo not just resembles a woman, but speaks like one. It can greet people, display emotions. Shalu, as it is, she is called, possesses a broad range of skills, which includes recognizing people's faces and can speak 38 languages. What a wonderful piece of work from what we call as a waste. Next, please. All human species are interdependent. So taking care of our shared resources is essential so that human prosperity can coexist with the conservation goals. When we talk of justice, when we talk of environment, it is eco versus ego, the human ego versus the eco that the world has given us. Next, please. As I mentioned, ego, the human ego, which destroys the Mother Earth, and the ecology, which we are all part of the system. We have to have a conscious effort to balance our acts and our actions. Next, please. we know how everyone curses plastics, but it was that same unpopular plastic turned savior in the fight against the pandemic. The mask, the protective gear, the injections that are part of the vaccine, they are all there to save us. One must ensure that we do not litter those plastics. Plastics and those masks have not come there by themselves in these oceans or in the garbage dumps. They have been littered. And one must make a conscious effort to not discard or litter what we just use and throw. There is a wise saying, plastics do not litter, people do. We have to be very conscious of this fact that if we discard or litter the used plastics that has been used for the fight against pandemic, no one is going to be affected more than us in some form or the other. Next, please. India leads by example. 72 nations have adopted the Indore's waste to energy model. The Bhopal's plastic recycling model is showcased at the World Bank headquarters. So India leads by example. The Swachh Bharat mission launched by our Honorable Prime Minister in 2014 has come a long way and also have protected our citizens from various illnesses which were earlier there. One has to make a conscious effort to balance our acts and not create problems for the environment, whereby justice will demand and it will not forgive anyone. No justice at the cost of creating nuisance to the environment. Next, please. This is a slide which I had from my latest visit to Leh Ladakh, a company by the name of Planet First. They are empowering the waste pickers there and collecting the littered plastics. Look at their tagline, planet, people, profit, and then comes plastics. We have to keep this in mind. We are here because of the planet. The planet does not need us. We need this planet. No doubt, we are here to make a good life. But if we disturb our nature, then justice will never forgive us. Next, please. India produces 277.1 million tons of solid waste every year. That is likely to touch a whopping 387.8 million tons in 2030. At 277.1 million tons, India generates more than 80% of what South India produces and 13% of the global waste annually. Next, please. There is a moving story, a two-line story. A son and his father are walking on the beach. The father says to his son, "Son, do you know why this lady is picking up garbage at the beach? Because she doesn't have the proper education." The wise son of today, who is very well aware of what is going on, says, "Dad, she is picking up garbage at the beach because we don't have the education. She is not the garbage generator. She is the garbage warrior. We are the garbage generator. Change. We must change ourselves and everything will change for a better tomorrow." Next, please. The Green Tribunal the National Green Tribunal has directed the union territories and the states and cities to manage the solid waste that is generated. That the local bodies would need to pay fines if this rule is not followed. The courts, the justice of these lands are very much concerned about our environment. And it is not they who will just order. It is for all of us. We have to respect our environment. And no one will ever forgive us if we abuse our environment. Next, please. Coming to today's day, justice also for the environment. Environmental justice is the fair treatment and meaningful involvement of all people, regardless of race, color, national origin, or income, with a respect to development, implementation, and enforcement of environmental laws, regulations, and policies. This environmental justice confirms the right to a healthy and a safe working environment without having to choose between unemployment and unsafe source of livelihood. No justice will ever say that work in an unethical and unsafe environment. It also confirms that those who work from home have a right of freedom from environmental hazards. That is the beauty, that is the greatness of the environmental justice, which plays an important role in our lives. We talk about justice in various forms. Have we ever thought and pondered about this word, the environmental justice for you and me and for our better planet? Next, please. A thought before I close. We always overestimate the changes that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change will occur in the next 10. We are all progressing, and we have forgotten our basic rules, our basic ethics, our basic efforts for a positive environment. We have overlooked that. And look what we have landed in, this pandemic situation, which is taking us back instead of ahead. And it has spared no one on this earth. Next, please. As I conclude, we have to look at environment and have justice for that. And that will come only with our own efforts. It's ultimately a balance of environment and our justice to our planet Earth. Thank you and namaskar.
Thanks a lot for your engaging talk, sir. John Steinbeck, an American writer, once said, "The mountains of things we throw away are much greater than the things we use." In this, if in no other way, we can see the wild and reckless exuberance of our production, waste seems to be its index. How true. Those words were very enlightening. So your talk was thoroughly engaging and interesting. And one point where you made a comparison between ego and eco really impressed me. The unpleasant smell and ugly sight of garbage dumped on the roadside, sometimes overflowing from the drains or floating over the surfaces of the water bodies or rivers, is not uncommon in India. It is disgusting until you get used to it and begin to ignore it. The generation of garbage in India stands at 0.2 to 0.6 kilograms per head per day. I have been working on environment related issues since many years. So this plastic kind of thing done by you was really very impressive. We really need many more such ambassadors like you, sir, dealing with all this plethora of problems that have cropped up relating to garbage. And I really congratulate you working so very wonderfully in this sector.
Thank you.
Many congratulations, sir. Our second resource person, Mr. Imran Ahmed, is MTech from IIT Roorkee and is presently holding the post of Deputy Superintendent of Police in UP, Lalitpur. Precisely, I extend him a warm invitation for sharing his valuable words. Most welcome, sir.
Hello, I am audible.
You are, sir.
Okay, thank you. सबसे पहले मैं ESW सोसाइटी खजुराहो का शुक्रिया अदा करूंगा, साथ ही साथ गवर्नमेंट डिग्री कॉलेज चेन्नानी का शुक्रिया अदा करूंगा कि उन्होंने मुझे यहाँ पे बुलाया। और सबसे मेरे लिए फक्र की बात है कि जहाँ पे मुझे बुलाया गया है, मेरे साथ में जिनके साथ मैं यहाँ पे बैठा हूँ, ऑनरेबल VC मैडम संगीता श्रीवास्तव मैडम, स्पेशल गेस्ट मिस्टर हरवीर सिंह, रिसोर्स पर्सन डॉक्टर समीर जोशी सर, मिस्टर एहतेशाम सर, डॉक्टर अश्वनी कुमार सर, डॉक्टर प्रज्ञा खन्ना मैम, डॉक्टर नीतू मैम, ज्ञानेंद्र सिंह सर एंड रजत शर्मा सर। और किसी का मैं नाम अगर नहीं ले पाया हूँ तो माफ करिएगा, मुझे जितने लोग मुझे स्क्रीन पे दिखे मैं उनका नाम लिया मैंने। आज जो हम बैठे हुए हैं, ये हमारी जो महफिल है, ये गोष्ठी जो है वो है इंटरनेशनल जस्टिस डे। और इंटरनेशनल जस्टिस डे क्यों मनाया जाता है ये सभी वाकिफ हैं, बहुत शॉर्ट में बता देता हूं मैं। इस दिन इंटरनेशनल क्रिमिनल कोड जो थी वॉज फॉर्मली एस्टैब्लिश्ड, और ये वही दिन है जब दिस इज द डे ऑफ एडॉप्टेशन ऑफ रोमन स्टैट्यूट। अब जब हम इंटरनेशनल जस्टिस डे की बात करते हैं और जस्टिस की बात करते हैं, तो जस्टिस अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ी संकल्पना है, बृहद संकल्पना है। जस्टिस कई तरीके का हो सकता है, लाइक इन्वायरमेंटल जस्टिस, सोशल जस्टिस, इकोनॉमिक जस्टिस, क्लाइमेट जस्टिस, ठीक है। और जब जस्टिस में भी सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट जो चीज होती है, जब मैं अगर बीइंग अ पुलिस ऑफिसर, मैं अगर जस्टिस की बात करूंगा तो मैं पुलिस और जस्टिस को मिला के बात करूंगा। जस्टिस की जब हम बात करते हैं पुलिस टर्म में, तो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज एक जो होती है वो होती है नेचुरल जस्टिस। नेचुरल जस्टिस क्या है? बीइंग अ पुलिस ऑफिसर हमें हमेशा इसको एज ए कार्डिनल प्रिंसिपल बना के चलना पड़ता है कि नेचुरल जस्टिस क्या है। नेचुरल जस्टिस है कि नोबडी कैन बी द जज ऑफ हिज ओन केस, और एवरी पर्सन शुड हैव राइट टू हियर। हर व्यक्ति को, हर अपराधी को, हर अभियुक्त को यह अधिकार है कि उसे सुनने का मौका दिया जाए। साथ ही साथ कोई भी अपने केस का जज नहीं हो सकता। एक शेर मुझे याद आ गया इसी बात पे कि मेरा कातिल ही मेरा मुंसिफ है, मेरे हक में क्या फैसला देगा, ठीक है। तो जस्टिस की जब हम बात करते हैं तो ये शेर बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है। और इसी तरह जब हम आगे बढ़ते हैं और पुलिस में जस्टिस की बात करते हैं, तो दो तरीके के जस्टिस होते हैं, एक होता है प्रोसीजरल जस्टिस और एक होता है सब्सटेंसिव जस्टिस। प्रोसीजरल जस्टिस को फैक्ट्स पे, ट्रांसपेरेंसी पे फोकस करता है। जब हम फैक्ट और ट्रांसपेरेंसी पे ज्यादा फोकस करने लगते हैं तो हम बहुत ज्यादा किताबी या एकेडमिक हो जाते हैं। लेकिन जब हम रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में अपराधों से या समाज में होने वाले विभिन्न घटनाओं से परिचित होते हैं, तो हम देखते हैं कि हमें प्रोसीजरल जस्टिस के अलावा सब्सटेंसिव जस्टिस पे भी जाना होता है, मतलब फैक्ट्स के साथ एसेंस पे भी जाना होता है। इसको मैं एक छोटे एग्जाम्पल से समझाऊंगा कि अगर एक 100 मीटर की रेस हो रही हो और उस 100 मीटर की रेस में 10 लोग पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हों, जिसमें 7 लोग उसेन बोल्ट की तरह एथलीट हैं, दौड़ने वाले हैं, और बाकी 3, एक कोई महिला है, कोई ट्रांसजेंडर है, या तीसरा एक व्यक्ति विकलांग है, और हम कह रहे हैं कि सब लोग एक साथ इसमें दौड़ जाइए। तो यहाँ पे प्रोसीजरल जस्टिस तो हम अपना रहे होंगे कि भाई 100 मीटर की दौड़ है और सबको दौड़ना है, ये हम फैक्ट्स पे गए, ट्रांसपेरेंसी पे गए। बट हम एसेंस पे जाएंगे तो हम सोचेंगे कि ट्रीटिंग अनइक्वल एज ए इक्वल इज ऑल्सो नॉट अ जस्टिस। तो हमें क्या करना होगा, वहां पे एसेंस में जाना होगा। सब्सटेंस में जाना होगा। ठीक यही बात एक सिविल सर्वेंट के लिए होती है कि आई एम ऑडिएबल? हेलो
Sir, you are audible.
Continue, sir.
सिविल सर्वेंट हमें जब जस्टिस की बात कही जाती है तो एक हमें प्रिंसिपल बताया जाता है, कंपैशन टुवर्ड वीकर सेक्शन। समाज में क्या होगा? मनी, मैन, पावर, मसल, तमाम चीज के लोग आएंगे हमारे पास न्यायालय में मानों पर, लेकिन हमें क्या करना है? उसमें भी जस्टिस करना है। कैसे करना है? हमें महिलाओं के प्रति, विकलांगों के प्रति, बुजुर्गों के प्रति एक नर्म रवैया रखना है। बहुत तेज आवाज में उनसे बात नहीं करनी। मैं अपने अधीनस्थों को यही बताता हूं कि किसी की आधी समस्या तो ऐसे ही खत्म हो जाती है, उसको ऐसे ही आधा इंसाफ मिल जाता है अगर आप चंद मिनट देके उसको सिर्फ सुन लेते हैं। तो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है बीइंग अ पुलिस और जुडिशरी और जो भी हम इन शोबों में, इन क्षेत्रों में हैं, हमारे पास जो व्यक्ति आए हम उसको सुन लें। अगर हम उसको सुन लेते हैं तो उसको लगता है कि हमारी बात सुनी जा रही है, तो नेचुरल जस्टिस का एक पॉइंट कंप्लीट हो जाता है कि उसे सुना गया। अब बात आती है कि जब हमारे पास केसेस आते हैं, बहुत सारे केस आते हैं, क्राइम अगेंस्ट वुमेन होता है, एट्रोसिटीज अगेंस्ट वीकर सेक्शन ऑफ द सोसाइटी, ट्रांसजेंडर, SC/STs, ट्राइब्स, ओल्ड पीपल, इस तरीके के केसेस आते हैं। बीइंग अ सुपरवाइजरी ऑफिसर मुझे इसमें ये देखना होता है कि कोई भी, जैसे एक हमारा प्रिंसिपल भी है जस्टिस का, कि 100 जो है बेगुनाह लोग छूट जाएं, लेकिन कोई निर्दोष जेल में नहीं जाना चाहिए। क्योंकि एक निर्दोष अगर जेल में चला गया या सलाखों के पीछे चला गया तो वो पूरी जिंदगी उसकी बर्बाद हो जाएगी। तो इन सब चीजों को हमें ध्यान में रखते हुए करना होता है कि हमारे पास कोई आए हम उसे सुने। अपने अधीनस्थों को या तमाम लोगों को जो भी पुलिसिंग से जुड़े हुए हैं, मैं उनको यही बताता हूँ कि आप उनको अच्छे से सुने। जब भी वो कोई प्रार्थना पत्र लाएं या अपनी बात कहने के लिए आए या किसी को साथ लेके आए तो उनको अच्छे से सुना जाए, और जिस चीज को वो कह रहे हैं, जिस अपराध के बारे में वो जिक्र कर रहे हैं, उससे संबंधित जो भी धाराएं होती हैं उन्हीं को लगाएं। अनावश्यक धाराएं ना लगाएं, अनावश्यक लोगों को किसी नाजायज मुकदमात में ना फंसाएं। ये हमारी कोशिश रहती है, क्योंकि हम वो पहला एंड है जहां पे व्यक्ति हमारे पास आता है। तो जब पुलिस की बात की जाती है और जस्टिस की बात की जाती है तो क्रिमिनल जस्टिस सिस्टम एक टर्म आता है, और मेरा मानना है ये क्रिमिनल जस्टिस सिस्टम टर्म बहुत जो टर्म है, ये जो संकल्पना है, ये बहुत अच्छे से चरितार्थ हो सकती है, या इसका असल में इसके हम उद्देश्यों को प्राप्त कर सकते हैं यदि हम 6 P's, मैंने एक इसको कॉन्सेप्ट दिया हुआ है, 6 P's पे काम कर लें। P फॉर पैरेट। 6 P's क्या है? सबसे पहला P है, अगर हम बच्चों को बचपन से ही जस्टिस के बारे में, अब जो P है पेरेंटिंग, मतलब बचपन से ही हमारे माँ बाप, हमारे घर वाले, हमारे बड़े बुजुर्ग हमें बताएं कि भाई जस्टिस क्या होता है। ये नहीं कि घर में लड़की है तो उसको बाद में खाना दिया जा रहा है, लड़के हो तो उसको अच्छे कपड़े दिए जा रहे हैं। ये यहीं से हम जस्टिस को मतलब उसको हम भूलना शुरू कर देते हैं, मतलब गलत जस्टिस सीखना शुरू कर देते हैं। तो पेरेंटिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। बीइंग अ पुलिस ऑफिसर हमारे सामने बहुत सारे वुमेन्स अगेंस्ट क्राइम अगेंस्ट वुमेन्स आते हैं, और उसकी वजह यही होती है कि हमें बता ही नहीं गया होता है कि औरत एक नुकसान पहुंचाने वाली चीज नहीं है, बल्कि आदमी और औरत, मर्द और औरत, बच्चे और बच्ची सब बराबर है। तो पेरेंटिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है। पेरेंटिंग के बाद जो बच्चा होता है वो आता है पीपल में, सेकेंड P जो है समाज में आता है। तो समाज की ये जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि वो भी उनके अंदर वही गुण डाले, वही विशेषताएं उनको बताएं तो हम उनसे अपेक्षित हैं। इसके बाद जैसे कोई क्राइम कमिट हो जाता है, सोसाइटी में आया, कोई भी व्यक्ति सोसाइटी में आया, उसमें क्राइम कमिट हो गया, तो तीसरी चीज जो होती है वो प्रेस होती है। तीसरा P जो है वो प्रेस है। कोई भी क्राइम कमिट होता है, उसके जो अभियुक्त होते हैं उसका इमेज असैसिनेशन हमारा प्रेस मीडिया पहले ही कर देता है, उसका ट्रायल हुए बिना, जेल में मुकदमा लिखे बिना। तो तीसरा P प्रेस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है। उसके बाद आती है पुलिस, जो बात हम कर रहे हैं, आप समझ रहे हैं मैंने क्या बातें बताई। उसका अगला स्तर है प्रोसिक्यूशन। ठीक है, अगर प्रोसिक्यूशन मतलब पुलिस के बाद केस को, मुकदमे को दर्ज करके वो ले गए, और वो चाहते हैं कि इसमें जस्टिस हो, तो केस को बहुत ही संजीदगी के साथ, बहुत ही गंभीरता के साथ उसको न्यायालय में रखें, प्रोसिक्यूशन उसका करे। अगला स्टेप है प्रिजन। जब उसका प्रोसिक्यूशन हो जाए तो प्रिजन में जो व्यक्ति जा रहा है उसका वहां पे भी सुधार हो। ऐसा ना हो कि वहां पे उसने छोटा अपराध किया हो, पेटी क्राइम्स किया हो, और वहां पे जाके फिर वो बड़ा अपराधी बन जाए, फिर वो हमारा जस्टिस, पूरा जस्टिस, क्रिमिनल जस्टिस सिस्टम फेल हो जाएगा। तो ये जो 6P है मैंने जो बताया, पेरेंटिंग, पीपल, प्रेस, पुलिस, प्रिजन, ये अगर हम इन पे सब पे काम करेंगे तो हम एक ऐसा सिस्टम बना पाएंगे, एक ऐसा समाज, एक ऐसा माशरा बना पाएंगे जिसमें अपराध से मुक्त होगा, सबके पास न्याय होगा, ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को हम न्याय दिला पाएंगे, और हम एक ऐसी सोसाइटी बना पाएंगे जो हम, जिसमें हम रहना चाहते हैं, और आने वाली जनरेशन के लिए हम उसके ख्वाब देखते हैं, एक ऐसा सस्टेनेबल समाज जहाँ पे सबको जस्टिस उपलब्ध हो सकेगा। क्योंकि अगर हम जस्टिस उपलब्ध नहीं करा पाएंगे तो एक मैं शेर कहूंगा कि ऐसी सोसाइटी हम बना लेंगे कि इंसाफ अगर जालिमों की हिमायत में जाएगा, इंसाफ अगर जालिमों की हिमायत में जाएगा, ये हाल है तो कौन थानों और अदालतों में जाएगा, ये हाल है तो कौन थानों और अदालतों में जाएगा। तो बस यहीं पे मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम दूंगा, और आप लोगों का बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करूंगा कि इतना अच्छा प्रोग्राम आप लोगों ने रखा, कि सबने अपने अपने विचार दिए। डिफरेंट फील्ड, आपने डिफरेंट फील्ड से बुलाया, कि इन्वायरमेंटल जस्टिस को भी आपने देखा, क्रिमिनल जस्टिस के लिए आपने सुप्रीम कोर्ट से लोगों को बुलाए, और विभिन्न शोबों से बुलाया, अश्विनी सर थे, मैडम थी, सब तमाम लोग थे। तो एक अच्छा होलिस्टिक हमें डिस्कशन मिला, और आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया और धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Mr. Imran. I express my gratitude to you for defining the functions of criminal justice, its structure, procedures, tasks, and correctional subsystems. You defined it in a very beautiful way. Thanks a lot. And now, if we see if Mr. Harveer Singh is still connected with us, we would like to invite him over, because at that time he was not getting connected somehow. There was some technical error. So, Mr. Harveer Singh, are you there? I guess no.
No, ma'am.
No. All right. We move on further. I now call upon Dr. Ashwini Kumar Dubey to conduct the award ceremony for today's function.
अवार्ड सेरेमनी के सेशन में आप सभी लोगों का हम हार्दिक स्वागत, अभिनंदन और वंदन करते हैं। हम आप सभी लोगों से अनुरोध करते हैं, जो हमारे चीफ गेस्ट हैं, स्पीकर्स हैं और रिसोर्स पर्सन हैं, कि कृपया 10 मिनट का समय आप लोगों में और दीजिए। एक बार पुनः आप सभी लोगों का एनवायरमेंट एंड सोशल वेलफेयर वर्ल्ड डे फॉर इंटरनेशनल जस्टिस में आप सभी लोगों का हार्दिक स्वागत करते हैं, और आप सभी लोगों ने इस कार्यक्रम में सक्रिय रूप से भाग लिया, इसके लिए हम आप सभी लोगों को बहुत आभारी हैं। साथियों, हम समय समय पर ESW सोसाइटी के द्वारा बहुत सी गतिविधियाँ करते रहते हैं, और जो हमारे समाज के प्रोमिनेंट पर्सनालिटीज़ हैं उन पर हम सब लोग थोड़ा सा नज़र भी रखते हैं, और सभी लोगों को कोशिश करते हैं कि आप सभी लोगों के माध्यम से हम समाज को एक बहुत अच्छा एक मैसेज दे सकें। इसके लिए हम समय समय पर बहुत सारे हमारे जो इसमें स्टूडेंट्स भी जुड़े हुए हैं, हमारे प्रोफेसर्स भी जुड़े हुए हैं, साइंटिस्ट भी जुड़े हुए हैं, और बहुत सारे लोग इसमें कार्यक्रम में जुड़े हुए हैं, और लगभग हजारों लोग हमको सोशल मीडिया पर इस कार्यक्रम को सुन पा रहे हैं, और ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म पर हमें 73% देख रहे हैं, लेकिन सोशल मीडिया पर ये हजारों लोग इस कार्यक्रम को देख रहे होंगे, यूट्यूब पर जो हमने लाइव प्रसारित किया है। सबसे पहले जो कि मैडम जो हमारी चीफ गेस्ट थी, उनको हम अनाउंसमेंट पहले कर देते हैं, समय का अभाव था। हमारे आज के कार्यक्रम के चीफ गेस्ट थी प्रोफेसर संगीता श्रीवास्तव, जिनको हमने लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड से सम्मानित किया है फॉर आउटस्टैंडिंग कंट्रीब्यूशन इन द फील्ड ऑफ होम साइंस, ESW सोसाइटी की ओर से और यूनानी प्रदेश की ओर से आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और आप सभी को बधाई। दूसरा, हम हमारे स्पेशल इन्वाइटी थे डॉक्टर रजत शर्मा, चेयरमैन यूनिटी ऑफ नेशन एक्शन फॉर क्लाइमेट चेंज काउंसिल, गुजरात, इंडिया, awarded by honorable member of ESW Society for keen interest in the field of environmental science, of environment and social welfare society activities, and academicians and scientists. Congratulations to Dr. Rajat Sharma. Now, I would like to announce name Mr. Harveer Singh, Honorable District Judge, District Mahova, Uttar Pradesh, India. Awarded by ESW Excellency Award for Excellence in Leadership and Cooperation for Promotion of Environment and Social Welfare Society at the international level. Congratulations to Dr. Harveer Singh. Our next special guest, Mr. Ehtesham Sham Hashmi, Advocate, Supreme Court of India, Supreme Court Bar Association of India member, awarded for Social Innovative ESW National Award for Outstanding Contribution in the field of barrister. Dr. Samir Joshi, Honorable Treasurer, Governing Council, India Plastics Institute, Mumbai, Maharashtra, India, awarded by Best Scientist Award for Outstanding Contribution of Global Research in the field of environment. Mr. Imran Ahmed, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Lalitpur, Uttar Pradesh, India, awarded for ESW Recognition Award for Valuable Positive Contribution to Environment and Social Welfare Society for Justice of Nature Conservation in Police Department. I also announced Godavari Academy Impact Award. The purpose of this award is to recognize who have initiated ESW program within their institute and had a positive impact to Dr. Pragya Khanna, Principal of Government Degree College, Chenani.
Oh, thank you, sir. That was not expected. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
And in this month, the month of July, two members joined our ESW society as a life member. I would like to congratulate both of members, and we will issue life member certificate by post or Dr. Muhammad Ashfaq Siddiqui, Associate Professor of Management, Infinity Management and Engineering College, Sagar, Madhya Pradesh. Congratulations to Muhammad Ashfaq Siddiqui for ESW life member. And our next life member is Dr. Pallavi Jamwal, Assistant Professor of Zoology, Government College for Women, Parade Ground, Jammu and Jammu Kashmir. So, congratulations to all of you, and thank you very much for your kind cooperation. Next, over to Dr. Pragya Khanna.
Thank you so very much, sir. I congratulate all the awardees for the honors they've received. And now I invite Dr. Muhammad Ashfaq Siddiqui to present a formal vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I am audible?
You are.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon to everyone. I am Dr. Muhammad Ashfaq Siddiqui, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Management, Infinity Management and Engineering College, ESW member. I am here to present the vote of thanks for today's webinar on World Day for International Justice. Today's day was really a day of learning. I would like to express my gratitude to all esteemed delegates of the webinar for their presence and contribution to make this webinar a great success. I extend my gratitude to our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Sangeeta Srivastav, Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Allahabad, Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh, to take out time from her busy schedule to grace the event. Thank you, ma'am, for your very thought-provoking and interesting address. I would like to thank our special guest, Mr. Harveer Singh, Honorable District Judge, District Mahoba, Uttar Pradesh, for enlightening us. I would like to thank our another special guest, my brother, Advocate Ehtisham Hashmi, Supreme Court of India, member, Supreme Court Bar Association of India, for giving an excellent knowledge about World Day for International Justice, share knowledge related to law and justice, and making this webinar a very meaningful and interesting. I must I also thanks to our special invitee, Dr. Rajesh Sharma, Chairman, Unity of Nation Action for Climate Change Council, Gujarat. Thank you, sir. Further, we are grateful to our resource person, Dr. Samir Joshi, Honorable Treasurer, Governing Council, Indian Plastic Institute, Mumbai, for making an excellent presentation and enlightening us with his knowledge on environmental justice. Thank you, sir. I also wish to express my sincere thanks to our resource person, Mr. Imran Ahmed, DSP Lalitpur, Uttar Pradesh, for giving an excellent coverage on justice, law, and order. Lastly, I would like to thank convener of this program, Dr. Pragya Khanna, Principal, Government Degree College, Chenani, Udhampur, Jammu and Kashmir, and Dr. Ashwani Kumar Dubey, and organizing team for making this event a great success. Also, thanks to ESW members, professors, participants, and students. Thank you. Thanks to all. Good day ahead. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thanks a lot for your address. I hope
And
we have
I
entered
also
a
like
very
to thank
wonderful program, and we can share this platform in future as well to usher in more wonderful such discussions and deliberations on different issues relating to environment and social welfare. Many congratulations, Dr. Ashwini. That was a wonderful program conducted and organized by ESW Society and Government Degree College.
and we are also thankful to Shraddha Tripathi, who have given technical assistance during this event, and Professor Sangeeta Sirohi for giving indirectly support to arrange this program, and Dr. Neetu Misra from Allahabad University. और हम आप सब लोगों से एक रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं, सब लोग अपना कैमरा ऑन कर लें जिससे एक ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ किया जा सके। सभी लोग अपने अपने कैमरे को ऑन कर लें। ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ के लिए सभी लोग अपने कैमरा ऑन कर लें, और सभी लोगों से अनुरोध है कि आप इस फोटो को अपने अपने कैमरे पर क्लिक करें और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इस इंटरनेशनल जस्टिस डे को पूरे तरीके से आप अपने साथ जस्टिस करते हुए इसको शेयर करें।
Done, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thanks once again to all participants for making this program a wonderful success.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Ashwani sir. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, dear Mohammed Ashfaq ji.
Congratulations, Ashwini ji.
चैट बॉक्स पर एक लिंक भेज रहे हैं godavari.academy.com। अगर आप में से कोई भी इंटरेस्टेड हो तो आप हमारी सोसाइटी को ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं। एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म के लिए आप हमसे कॉन्टेक्ट कर सकते हैं।
I think we should end the meeting.
I guess so. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.